Just picked up a new Apple TV4, the latest one that just came out today. This is the 32 gig model, and we'll have a quick unboxing, have a look at it, and then in the next video we'll have a look at the setup. So this comes in two models, a 32 gigabyte version and a 64 gigabyte version. This is the 32 gigabyte version. There is no physical difference between the two, they just have more internal storage. The 64 gigabyte version has been pushed as better for games. The reason for that is the way tvOS, which is the operating system of this device, handles app storage. So we've got the new Siri enabled remote that comes with it. Inside we also have a power cable, which is very similar to your previous Apple TV. So if you do have a previous Apple TV, this one can actually plug straight in to the same cord where that was. You also have the traditional Apple very small user guide, very thin. The get started one, and also a lightning cable. The lightning cable is important because that's what is used to charge the Apple remote. So there you have what comes in the box. Apple does a very good job at packaging everything, it's all nice. So you've got the rip-off wrapper. You will notice the weight of this device. This device is significantly heavy, and interestingly enough, iFixit did a teardown of it, and the additional weight is mainly a large heatsink that sits on top of the A8 processor. So because this processor is now going to be doing things like running games, and it'll be doing a lot more than the previous Apple TV, then it needs to dissipate that heat out, and because there's no fans. So on the back you've got the power plug insert, HDMI attachment, you've got a Ethernet attachment, and there's also a USB attachment, but the USB is for servicing only. So cable, remote. The remote doesn't have that same great feel that the other one, the previous remote, did, but I found the previous remote very spacey because it was very seamless. But I'm glad to give that up to get all these new features. Lightning cable, as mentioned, to charge the remote, and it fits snugly in there. And you got the user guide. Well, it's not a user guide, it's a getting started guide. Traditional Apple stickers, the regulatory notifications, and it's really a welcome guide and a very simple guide to the remote control and the rear ports, power, HDMI, USB-C and Ethernet. Gives you a couple of examples of how you can talk to Siri through the remote, and in the next little video we'll have a look at how that may or may not work. And if you want the full user guide, you can get that at apple.com/Apple TV. No HDMI cable, very important. There is no HDMI cable that comes in the box, so you do need that to connect it. It's the only thing missing besides the TV, power, HDMI cable. You do lose from the old Apple TV the optical audio out. That's not included. And we might have a little look how it compares. So here's the Apple TV, the previous version, version 3. The footprint's the same. The height's different, and the weight is significantly different. So it's almost double in height, but that height, sorry, the weight, I beg your pardon, is significant for such a little device. So in the next video we might have a quick look at what setup's like, and what I'm going to do is I'm just basically going to plug the new TV into the old TV's connections. So HDMI and the power straight into the back, and it'll be up and running. But just before we do that, we might just have a quick look at the remote. Just see the buttons on the remote are you've got the top surface of it, which is a trackpad, clickable trackpad. You've got volume buttons up and down. You've got microphone button, pause and play button, menu button, and home screen button. So it's a nice little finish, nice little product. So check out the next video to see the setup. It should be up shortly. Thanks again.